Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. Last video I have completed till 8 problems on accounting standard. In this video, 9th problem I am going to explain you. And the last video we have completed 8 problems on valuation of inventories, AS2. Now in this video, 9th problem onwards, we are starting the next accounting standard, that is AS3, cash flow statement. Cash flow statement is also one of the very important financial statement which explains the inflow of cash and outflow of cash during a period of time. So already I have explained you in detail regarding the provisions of AS3 regarding cash flow statement. So if you have not watched, I suggest you go to the playlist of my channel, select the subject accounting standard, select the video of AS3 cash flow statement. Be clear about how to make, what is the format of making the cash flow statement. So according to AS3, all the cash flows are divided into 3 categories. Cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and cash flow from financing activities. So all the provisions regarding these 3 activities are explained in the theory video. So before watching this problem, I suggest you to completely watch the theory of AS3. Then you come to the problem, you can enjoy, you can understand the accounting standard 3. So before starting the 9th problem, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. Always keep ready the problem. Take the screenshot of the points of the solution of 9th problem. Then I'll explain all the points in detail. Come on, see the 9th problem. The following particulars relate to B Limited for the year ended 31st March 2010. Listen carefully. Understanding the problem is half solved. So give more concentration in understanding the problem. Furniture of book value of 15,500 were disposed of for rupees 12,000. When an asset is sold and cash realized, that will come under investing activity. Always while watching the video, I suggest you keep a notebook beside you. Pen, calculator, pencil. When I explain something, immediately you write it down. Then only you can get a good grasp on the topic. Otherwise, simply listening without writing anything, you will forget it easily. So that's why follow my instructions. Right. So furniture. Some furniture was sold. When furniture is sold, cash is realized, that is cash inflow from investing activity. Then machinery costing 3,10,000 was purchased and 20,000 was spent on its erection. So whatever expenditure incurred on erection, installation, that will be capitalized. That means the machinery is not 3,10,000. 3,10,000 plus 20,000. 3,30,000 is the cost of the machinery. This is the cash outflow. So sale of furniture and purchase of machinery both will come under investing activity. So when there is inflow, don't put in bracket. If there is cash outflow, put it in bracket. So when machinery is purchased, there is cash outflow. So put that 3,30,000 in bracket. See here. Sale of furniture 12,000. First point I have explained you. Machinery, purchase of machinery 3,30,000. 3,10,000 is the cost, 20,000 is the erection charges. Add up 3,30,000. The bracket denotes cash outflow, that is minus. Then fully paid 8% preference shares of the face value of 10 lakh were redeemed at a premium of 3%. Redemption of preference shares means the company has returned back the share capital. Which share capital? Preference share capital. So redemption of preference share means the company has repaid back to the shareholders 10 lakh into 3%, 30,000. So totally 10 lakh 30,000 is the cash outflow on redemption of preference shares. It will come under financing activity. So redemption of preference shares will come in financing activity. Here you can see cash flow from financing activity. Redemption of 8% preference shares, 10 lakh 30,000. 10 lakh rupees of the preference shares, 3% is the premium paid at the time of redemption. It is cash outflow. That's why I put it in bracket. Next, in this connection, rupees 60,000 equity shares of 10 each were issued at a premium of 2 rupees. So 10 rupees is the face value, 2 rupees is the premium, 12 rupees per share. How many shares? 60,000. 60,000 equity shares are issued at rupees 12 each. So 60,000 into 12, 7,20,000 is the cash received on issue of equity shares. The redemption of preference shares and issue of equity shares both will come under financing activity. So under financing activity, issue of equity shares 7,20,000. How do you get this 7,20,000? 60,000 equity shares into 12 rupees each. 10 rupees face value, 2 rupees premium, 12 rupees. Then the entire money being received with application. Dividend was paid. When dividend is paid, it comes under financing activity. So dividends was paid as follows. On 8% preference shares, 40,000 dividend. On equity shares for the year 2009-10, 1,10,000. So 40,000 preference shares and 1,10,000 equity shares. Dividend are paid. So 40,000 plus 1,10,000, 1,50,000 is the total dividend paid. So here, dividend paid 40,000 plus 1,10,000, 1,50,000. When anything is paid, it is cash outflow. So put it in bracket. Next, total sales were 32 lakhs, of which cash sales were 11,50,000. So 32 lakh rupees of the total sales, in which 11,50,000 cash sales. So if you deduct cash sales, you will get credit sales. So 32 lakh minus 11,50,000, you will get the credit sales. Total purchases are 8 lakh, including cash purchase 60,000. That means two types of purchase are there: cash purchase, credit purchase. So total purchase 8 lakh and cash purchase 60,000. So 8 lakh minus 60,000, 7,40,000 are the credit purchases. Next, total expenses were 12,40,000. Total expenses charged to profit and loss account. Taxes paid, including dividend distribution tax 22,500, were 3,30,000. Actually, two types of taxes are there: taxes on the income and taxes on dividend distribution. So taxes on dividend distribution, that will come under financing activity, and taxes on the income, that will be taken under operating activities. So out of 3,30,000, 22,500 you deduct. The remaining amount is the tax on income, and 22,500 is the tax on distribution, dividend distribution, that will be taken under financing activity. Now, cash and cash equivalent as on 31st March 2010. End of the year, cash and cash equivalent are 1,25,000. You are requested to prepare cash flow statement as per AS3 for the period ended 31st March 2020, and after taking into consideration the following. Few points are given further. On 31st March 2009 and on 31st March 2010. Sundry debtors, beginning of the year 1,50,000, end of the year 1,47,000. And sundry creditors, beginning of the year 78,000, end of the year 83,000. And unpaid expenses. Unpaid expenses means outstanding expenses. Beginning of the year 63,000, end of the year 55,000. That's it. This is the complete information given, and we are required to make the cash flow statement as per AS3. Accounting Standard 3. Now, see carefully from beginning. Cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2010. Right? Now, two columns I have prepared at the extreme right hand side. First of all, you should take cash flow from operating activities. This is the format of making cash flow statement given by AS3. According to AS3, this is the format of making cash flow statement. So, cash flow from operating activities. First, we will take cash receipts from customers. So, we have two types of customers, cash customers and credit customers. For cash sales, we are having cash customers. On credit sales, we are having debtors. So, collection from debtors and cash sales, both together comes to cash receipts from customers. This is not directly given in the problem, we have to calculate. So, working note number 1. In working note number 1, we are going to calculate how much is the cash receipts from customers. See carefully here. Working note. Cash receipt from customers. Total sales are given 32 lakh. Out of 32 lakh, cash sales are given 11 lakh 50,000. Deduct 32 lakh minus 11 lakh 50,000. So credit sales are 20 lakh 50,000. The goods sold on credit is 20 lakh 50,000. We have calculated. Total sales minus cash sales. You will get credit sales. Now we make total debtors account. This total debtors account is prepared to find out cash received from debtors. How much cash is received from debtors? How to calculate? Total debtors account, debit side and credit side. This is the debit side and this is the credit side. Now in the problem, opening debtors and closing debtors are given. Remember, debtors will show debit balance. So debtors debit side to balance brought down 1,50,000. This is the opening, beginning of the year. Beginning of the year, it is given in the problem. You can see here sundry debtors on 31st March 2009, 1,50,000. And on 31st March 2010, 1,47,000. So 1,50,000 is the opening, 1,47,000 is the closing. So opening debtors should be taken on debit side. You can see here 1,50,000 opening debtors. And closing debtors should be taken on the opposite side, credit side, by balance carried down 1,46,000. This is the closing. The opening and closing we have taken. Now credit sales. How much are the credit sales? We have calculated here. Credit sales are 20,50,000. The entry for credit sales are debtors account debtor to sales. So debtors account debit side credit sales 20,50,000. Just now we have calculated. That's all. Now take the total on the debit side. 1,50,000 plus 20,50,000, 22 lakh. From 22 lakh, deduct 1,47,000. So balancing figure 20,53,000. This 20,53,000 is the cash received from debtors. So out of 4 items, 3 items are given. Only 1 item is the balancing figure. First of all, opening balance debit side, closing balance credit side. And credit sales should be taken on the debit side, credit sales. Now the balancing figure is bank. How much cash is received? 20,53,000 is the cash received from customers. Now we need the total receipts from customers, cash customers plus credit customers. From credit customers, we have received 20,53,000. And cash sales are 11,50,000. So we add up 20,53,000 plus 11,50,000. Here you can see. Total cash, total sale receipt 20,53,000 this one, and 11,50,000 is the cash sales. So total receipts are 32,03,000. You can see here. 20,53,000 plus 11,50,000, 32,03,000. These are the cash receipts from customers. So here you have taken 32,03,000 cash receipt from customers. Similarly, cash paid to suppliers and payment for expenses. Two items we are including. Cash paid to suppliers, creditors, and also payment of expenses. This will calculate in working note number 2. Now carefully you see. Cash payment to suppliers. First of all, total purchases are given and cash purchases are given. The total purchases are 8 lakh and the cash purchases are 60,000. So 8 lakh minus 60,000, 7 lakh 40,000 is the credit purchases. These are the credit purchases. Now we open the account total creditors account. This total creditors account is prepared to find out how much is the payment made to creditors. How much amount is paid to creditors, to suppliers. Creditors means suppliers, right? Now opening creditors and closing creditors are given. Opening creditors are 78,000 and closing creditors are 83,000. 78 opening, 83 closing. Now remember, creditor is a liability. So it will show credit balance. So beginning of the year 78,000 was the opening creditors. That should be taken on the credit side. So by balance brought down 78,000 opening. When opening is taken on credit side, the closing will be taken on the debit side. So debit side to balance carried down, closing 83,000. So 83,000 closing given and 78,000 opening given. Apart from that, credit purchases. How much are the credit purchases? 7,40,000. The entry will be purchases account debtor to creditors account. In a purchases account debited, creditors account credited. So credit side, credit purchases 7,40,000. So we have calculated. Opening we have taken, closing we have taken, and credit purchases we have taken. Now take the total on the credit side. The credit side total is 8,18,000. From 8,18,000 subtract 83,000. So the balancing figure is 7,35,000. This 7,35,000 is the cash paid to suppliers or cash paid to creditors. So during the year, the cash paid to creditors 7,35,000. And how much are the cash purchases? 60,000. Add up both. 7,35,000 is the payment made to supplier. 60,000 are the cash purchases. The total payment is 7,95,000. 7,95,000 is the amount paid to suppliers. Right? Now, cash paid for expenses. Actually, we need the total payment made to suppliers and total payment for expenses. This combined together. So far we have calculated payment made to supplier. Now we will find out how much are the cash expenses paid. For finding out cash expenses paid, take the outstanding expenses at the beginning of the year, add expenses charged to profit and loss account during the year. Subtract outstanding expenses at the end of the year. So here in the problem, unpaid expenses beginning of the year 63,000. So I have taken outstanding expenses as on 31st March 2009. So last year closing will become current year's opening. So opening outstanding expenses 63,000. And how much are the total expenses? 12,40,000 charged to profit and loss account. How much are the expenses charged to profit and loss account? 12,40,000. So 63,000 plus 12,40,000, 13,03,000. From this, subtract unpaid expenses end of the year. End of the year, 55,000 rupees are there. These are the closing outstanding expenses. Deduct. So expenses outstanding on 31st March 2010, 55,000. So after deducting, we will get the payment on account of expenses 12,48,000. So 12,48,000 is the cash expenses paid. And how much is the amount paid to supplier? 7,95,000. We need the total amount paid to supplier and amount of cash expenses paid. So 7,95,000 plus 12,48,000. you will get 20 lakh 43,000. Now this 20 lakh 43,000, you have to take it here, 20 lakh 43,000. These are the cash paid to supplier and payment for expenses. Now subtract. This 32 lakh 3,000 is the cash receipt and 20 lakh 43,000 is the cash payment. So receipt minus payment, the cash generated from operations, it will come to 11 lakh 60,000. From this we deduct the income tax paid on income. Actually in the problem, income tax paid is given 3,30,000. But in that 3,30,000, 22,500 is included on dividend distribution tax. So dividend distribution tax is not the tax on income. It is a tax on dividend paid. So deduct 22,500. 3,30,000 minus 22,500. So 3,07,500 is the income tax on income. This is paid. When something is paid, put it in bracket because there is cash outflow. So 11,60,000 minus 3,07,500, 8,52,500 positive. 1160 minus 3,07,500 positive, 8,52,500. This is the net cash flow from operating activities. One part completed. Cash flow from operating activity. Now cash flow from investing activity. In this cash flow from investing activity, we should take the purchase or sale of fixed assets. In the problem, the first point is given furniture was sold for an amount of rupees 12,000. So sale of furniture 12,000. When there is a sale, cash inflow, so without bracket. Purchase of machinery 3,30,000. Actually machinery cost 3,10,000. Plus 20,000 erection charges 3,30,000. When purchase of machinery is there, cash outflow, the bracket minus. So 12 lakh minus 3,30,000, you are getting minus 3,18,000. Negative figure you are getting. Bracket denotes minus. So minus 3,18,000. This is called net cash used in investing activity. There will be cash generated. If you get positive value, cash generated. Cash generated. If you get negative value, it is cash used in investing activity. So two activities completed, operating activity, investing activity. Last one is financing activity. Cash flow from financing activity. Here we will take issue of equity shares. The company has issued 60,000 equity shares of 10 each at a premium of 2 rupees. So 10 plus 2, 12. 60,000 into 12, 7,20,000. When there is issue of shares, there is cash inflow. That's why without bracket. Redemption of 8% preference shares. In the problem it is given, the preference shares of 10 lakh rupees are redeemed at a premium of 3%. So 10 lakh into 3%, 30,000. So at the time of redemption, the company paid 10 lakh 30,000. So 10 lakh 30,000 is cash outflow. So put it in bracket. Dividend paid. It is clearly given in the problem 40,000 dividend paid on preference shares, 1,10,000 dividend paid on equity shares. So total dividend paid 1,50,000. Again outflow, put it in bracket. Dividend distribution tax. Income tax is paid 3,07,500 and dividend distribution tax paid is 22,500. So take 22,500 payment. So again in bracket. So wherever there is bracket, there is cash outflow. When no bracket is there, there is cash inflow. So by issuing the shares, cash inflow. By redemption of shares, by payment of dividend, there is cash outflow. So 7,20,000 minus 10,30,000 minus 1,50,000 minus 22,500. You will get minus 4,82,500 negative. So cash used, net cash used in financing activity. All the three activities completed. So here 8,52,500 positive value. This is cash generated from operating activity. Whereas minus 3,18,000, this is the cash used in investing activity. Here also 4,82,500 negative. So this is the cash used in financing activity. Now 852,500 minus 3,18,000 minus 4,82,500, you are getting positive value. How much positive? 52,000. This is called cash and cash equivalent, net increase. Net increase in cash and cash equivalent. If you get negative here, you should write down net decrease. If you get negative, decrease. If you get positive, increase. Net increase in cash and cash equivalent. To this we have to add cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the year. So if you add up net increase plus opening cash, you will get the closing cash. In the problem, cash and cash equivalent at the end of the year 2010 is given. So cash and cash equivalent at the end of the year 31st March 2010 is 1,25,000. So this 1,25,000 is given in the problem. Now subtract 1,25,000 minus 52,000. The balancing figure, it is not given in the problem, we have calculated. The balancing figure is 73,000. What is the 73,000? Cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the year, which is not given in the problem. We have calculated 73,000. That's all. So this is the first problem on preparing cash flow statement according to AS3. So I have explained each and every point in detail. So if you are unable to understand the first attempt, watch the video second, third, fourth time and always note down the points whatever I am explaining. Then definitely you will get a good grasp, good command on the topic of preparing the cash flow statement according to AS3. Inshallah, we'll continue the next problem in the next video.